Welcome to Flipped Classroom. Today's lesson is on connotation and denotation, specifically in how it relates to developing an argument. Denotation is the literal meaning of the word. It's the definition you would find in a dictionary, and there usually is no emotions attached to that word. Connotation is different. That includes the meanings we attach to the word, apart from its explicit definition. And these added meanings usually derive from our feelings. So let's take a look at the word rat. The literal definition you would find in a dictionary. But the word rat has different connotations, such as selfish, or evil, or betrayer, or even traitor. And that is one way that the Nazis used the word rat, or the image of a rat, in propaganda against Jews during World War II. So it's important to look at the origins of connotation, because those are developed by the values of the group or the readers who influence the meanings. Writers have to be aware that some apparently neutral words can trigger different responses from different groups. For example, beauty contest. Some people see beauty contest as a way to overly sexualize women, and others see it as a way to praise a woman's talents. Think of the word cult, or revolution, or police. To different groups, those words could trigger different emotions. And those emotions are what create the connotations of those words. Connotations can be very powerful. Unfavorable connotations have the power to shape our perceptions. For example, if you take the N-word, which I won't even come out and say because the connotation is so negative, so volatile. So you'll see in these images that they are burying the N-word, actually making it die, go away, or retiring it, making it out of the mainstream. We also see how words have changed over time. What we used to call janitors and had a negative connotation now are often referred to as custodians. The garbage man is now referred to as sanitation worker. The makeup lady, cosmetologist. So words can give power to positions in the way we perceive people. Euphemisms. Well, those are pleasant or flattering expressions used in place of one that is less agreeable or more accurate. We'll see this is done often through rebranding. For example, government aid to the poor is less stigmatized than the word welfare. We saw this happen with the word Obamacare. Originally, that was supposed to be kind of an insulting way to President Obama's plan for universal health insurance. It is officially called the Affordable Care Act. Now, the word has changed meanings. Sometimes Obamacare has positive connotation, depending on who your audience is. But sometimes euphemisms can be negative because they disguise things that are horrible, trying to make them sound good. For example, the phrase, reduction through labor. Well, that's a polite way of saying a concentration camp. Basically, they are going to let people die by working them to death. So euphemisms can change how words are perceived. Let's practice identifying words with negative connotation in the article, Why Keep Athletes Eligible but Uneducated? At this point, pause the video and take a few minutes to read the following article. When reading the article, notice how Frank DeFord refers to academic fraud and so-called student athletes. In the next paragraph, he even uses the word corruption to describe what's going on the college campuses. In the following paragraph, he refers to what happens to her as reduce her title. That's a euphemism for being demoted or basically fired and given a lesser job position. And finally, look at the euphemism non-readers and academically deficient players. Those are euphemisms for being unintelligent or not smart or dumb. Those are a few words that help support the writer's argument that college athletes should be held to the same rigor as other college students because it is doing them a disservice by keeping them uneducated. So in review, when analyzing an argument or even writing your own arguments, pay attention to the connotation of words because the emotions attached to a word can enhance the argument. Thank you for joining me today in Flipped Classroom.